49ers situation. Brock Purdy declared out by head coach Kyle Shanahan with a toe and shoulder issue. The situation now is, when will he be back? Will it be week 3, week 4? Doesn't appear at this moment that they're going to put them on injured reserve. Mac Jones will step in. Fascinating, Kevin, because 4 years ago, the 49ers looked at taking Jones number 3 overall in that NFL draft. Now Jones gets to run Kyle Shanahan's offense for the very first time.
And by the way, they moved draft picks there with the Dolphins to select Trey Lance in that draft. And the Dolphins right now have a ton of question marks, trying to rebound after that week 1 loss, an embarrassing loss, 33-8 to the Colts. From what are you hearing, like, how bad is it in Miami right now?
Well, Kevin, it's never a great sign when players have to have a players-only meeting that they talked about this week in the locker room, but at least that can create a little bit of urgency. The Dolphins do firmly expect to play better. They felt like last week was just an avalanche of bad assignments, missed throws, missed routes, the whole 9. So they expect to tighten that up. Head coach Mike McDaniel's trying to make sure of it. But in the bigger picture, talking to people around the league, they see 2 core issues with what's going on in Miami. The roster, they don't consider it to be an elite roster. That's problematic. They've had a lot of key players leave, in part because the Dolphins were trying to probably clean up their locker room a little bit with some players that were bad fits, but they replaced them with more cost-effective options that aren't as good. Also, there are questions about who's the leader in that locker room, who are the core guys you can go to that step up in a leadership standpoint. You combine all that together, and it is an ugly start that the Dolphins are trying to recover from.
That offense was dreadful. And keep in mind, Tyreek Hill, 6 straight games without a catch of 30 yards or longer, the longest streak of his career. Jeremy, thank you so much.
The Packers are first and goal. Love takes, looks, throws slant right side. Touchdown, Romeo Doubs! It's been all Packers so far. At the end of one half, it is the Packers 14 and the Commanders 3.
It's all about getting stops and getting the ball back into the offense. You give us 20 points, we should be able to win that game.
Touchdown! And a Lambeau leap. 27-18. Final score.
Big NFC game last night. Commanders, they looked outstanding getting that win over the Commanders. Came at a cost for both teams. Green Bay receiver Jayden Reed broke his collarbone, will miss considerable time. And Adam Schefter reporting that Washington running back Austin Eckler likely tore his Achilles tendon. That's not good. And the odds makers, they like the Packers so far this season. Not only are they the current favorite to win their division, the NFC North, but they are tied for the best odds to win the NFC and have the second best odds to win the Super Bowl, something they haven't done since 2010. NFL analyst Mina Kimes joining us now with much more. Mina, what was your biggest takeaway from last night?
Just how dominant and complete the Packers defense looked. The offense I thought was excellent too, and Matt LaFleur has a history of calling great games against Dan Quinn defenses. But this Packers unit, all 3 levels I thought played so dang well. You really see the force multiplier effect that Micah Parsons has on the rest of the pass rush. Players like Devontae Wyatt, Rashawn Gary stepping up because they get one-on-ones. But on the back end, I think it was the play of these Packers corners that surprised me the most. Keyshawn Nixon, with all of those pass breakups, it's almost like the confidence they've gotten from Micah and this pass rush is leaking into the rest of the unit. So well coached by Jeff Hafley, so many tricky coverage rotations and different types of pressures. They are truly a force to be reckoned with, not only in their own division, but the entire NFL.
Now they get a mini bye before week 3 when they face the Browns on the road. The team that the Packers opened up the season with a victory that was against the Lions. And the Lions looked really lost in the opener, missing their OC, Ben Johnson, missing their DC and Aaron Glenn. What do you need to see from this offense this weekend?
Well, I think it's helpful now to have seen the Packers defense against another playoff team to put that week 1 performance in perspective a little bit. This is the great part about the early part of the season, or the confusing part. But you still want to see them run the ball better, irrespective of how good the Green Bay is on the ground. The Lions' rushing attack week 1 averaged less than 1.5 yards before contact per carry. That would have been their worst performance last year by a large margin. They're just not getting the same push that they did last season. The interior of the offensive line is different. I think that's responsible for some of it. But you wanted some creativity in that ground game to try to unlock Jahmyr Gibbs. And through that unlocking and the run game being better, getting you into third and manageable so that the passing game isn't under so much pressure.
Detroit is a 6.5-point favorite at the moment against Ben Johnson and the Bears. Mina Kimes coming back to set the table for the rest of the week. Ladd McConkey and the Chargers, they finish up week 2. The slate against the Raiders. Second half of our Monday Night Football doubleheader on ESPN. Both teams 1-0 with head coaches having a history that dates back to their college coaching days. Pete Carroll was asked about his fondest memory about facing Jim Harbaugh earlier this week. Listen to this.
I remember Jim. No, I don't. I have no fond memories. I'm not going to go there. They're great games. They've been great games. That's all.
Learned a lot from him just watching him, but he's also always been on the other side. When I was a player, he was a defensive coordinator, or head coach somewhere, and then when I was coaching, we were trying to gouge each other's eyes out. You know, I mean, it's like in the competitive spirit of that. But yeah, it's competition at the highest level. I mean, that's what he's all about.
They were respectful. I would think they'd be great teammates, but they're adversaries. Chargers star wide receiver Ladd McConkey joining us now on SportsCenter. You got a taste of the rivalry with the Raiders last season with a pair of wins. Now you add Pete Carroll to the mix with his history with Jim Harbaugh at USC and Stanford. How would you describe the intensity of Chargers-Raiders, Ladd?
Man, I've got to experience it for 1 year, and I think we got a good taste of it last year. You know, we were battling with them. It was a tough game, both games. So I expect nothing less. And then obviously that little piece with Coach Harbaugh and Pete Carroll, you can tell they're both ultimate competitors. So it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, and on the other sidelines of this game is your former Georgia teammate, Brock Bowers. He set records for tight ends as a Raiders rookie. What makes Brock so successful? You saw him play back in the day.
Yeah, he's a stud. Not many tight ends, not many people can do what he does on the football field. So, I'm super excited to meet up with him. But while we're out on the field, I don't want any part of it.
And by the way, both of you guys are going to be rooting for the Bulldogs of Georgia tomorrow in Knoxville when they face Tennessee. Gunnar Stockton was in the quarterback room. When you were in Athens, give us a scouting report on Gunnar.
Yeah, Gunner's just a great dude, and he's super competitive. I actually played him in high school, and I hate to say it, but I'm 0-2 against him. So, yeah. But no, he's going to lead those guys, and they're going to be ready. I know Coach Mark's going to have them ready, and I'm excited to see it. Hopefully we get to, watch a little bit of it, catch the back end. So, super excited.
What makes him a good quarterback?
He can do a little bit of everything. He's true dual threat. You see him make plays with his legs, make off-balance throws, and then guys just rally behind him. Like, he's just a leader. And when you have a guy like that, a quarterback that people can rally with, you're doing something good.
And I know this is weird to say. They're a top 5 team, but Georgia has won 8 straight in this series, and they feel like they're being overlooked. What's it like to play the Volunteers and beat Tennessee?
It's a great feeling. I know one of my favorite games that I played in college was when they were number 1. Mm-hmm. We were number 3. They came to Sanford. That was honestly one of the loudest I'd ever heard our stadiums. And we put it on them pretty good. So.
Yeah, you had a nice game in that one. And
I was a Tennessee fan, you know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
You weren't a heralded 5-star kid out of high school. Kirby Smart in Georgia, they were the first Power 5 school to offer you a scholarship. After watching you play basketball, you've heard all the labels about being undersized back in high school, back in college, yet you caught 82 balls in your rookie season in the NFL. You set an NFL record for most receiving yards by a rookie in a single playoff game. What has been the driving force to your success, Ladd?
I just always believed in myself and known what I could do. So I just want to go out there and honestly just be the best for the guys around me. It's like I obviously don't want to let myself down, let my coaches down, but when I'm on the field, I don't want to let my teammates down. So that's the biggest thing, just going and playing for them and letting everything come to me.
Your current quarterback, Justin Herbert, on the other end, he's a 5-star guy. And, you want to say anything? He's just stud? Just like
yeah, no. What can't you say about that guy? He's great. I'm super glad he's on our team.
Well, by the way,
I could go on and on.
You took down the Chiefs in the opener in Brazil, over 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. What did he show you in that win to open up the season?
Yeah, when the game was on the line, that's when he was at his best. He came out and made plays through the air with his feet, just full command of our offense. And, I'm super excited going into week 2.